Hello there. I'm Oscar Sparrow. Now, I'd like to read you a small section of my book, The Cover-Up. As a bit of background, this story was written quickly to keep up with contemporary events in the UK and, indeed, the world. Mass hysteria, messiahs, confected, synthesized emotion, media hype to promote agendas, all spin around the heart-rending story of an escaped celebrity ferret called Frankie. Police and government seek to exploit the situation. We join the action where Crispin, a keen, liberal, Oxford graduate cop, teams up with his ex-girlfriend, a one-time webcam girl specialising in vegan and vegetarian fetishes. He wants her as media eye candy. She wants him as a husband. Chapter 7. Selina knew she was being a bitch. She dressed him up and had the shots on her phone. He'd agreed to the marriage deal, but she knew she needed more than his word alone. Secretly, she'd snapped him a couple of times with his Texas meat meltdown. Getting him in drag munching a full English sausage would be the nuclear option. And it was all because she loved him. She was sure he would never love her, but he was too young and wet to understand love. A man like him had to eat love from a nosebag while she sat on his back with a whip. She was his only chance of expressing himself on the earth. He was her only chance of finding the right type of naughty boy to submit to her need to educate. She would prefer a submission, but now she had the punch to win by a knockout. They had arrived at Wetherspoons in George Street, Croydon. She went to the bar and placed orders, holding out a hand to Crispin for cash. He fumbled for pockets. "Try your handbag, Crispy Ducks," she purred, winking at the barman. Chief Inspector Bissell looked up to see a young guy's eyes warmly on his as he handed over the note. "Oh, that's perfect, sweetie. I always say it's so nice to have someone new at breakfast," he said. Crispin's mind buzzed. He didn't mind being fluid with Selina, but he'd never mastered swimming freestyle. After today, he'd stick to breaststroke. They waited for their meals and swigged tea. He needed her to focus on her mission. "Now, you're going to be Sergeant Fontes. The public see rank as a badge of being in control and intelligence. You need to show emotion and caring. Remember that poor postie with his tear-stained family. Tell the folks how that meeting touched your heart. We care, but we're tough. Hope may be fading, but you believe." "I get it, Crispin. I went to acting school, remember. Do you want cleavage, doe-eyed wistful longing, or both?" "Can you do both?" "Sure. Just tell the camera to be ready for a flash. As I do the over-the-shoulder misty eyes, he needs to slip down to my open blouse. I'll let my tunic flap aside." A plate arrived hot from paradise. Crispin went straight for the pork sausage. The universe screamed like the Munch painting. His heart raced but settled as he ate a righteous hash brown. Sin, sin. Was there any joy outside of sin? "So, after the shoot, we can close the deal as agreed," she said. He took a quick breath and looked into her clear blue eyes. Yes, of course." "You're so romantic, Crispy Ducks." He didn't respond, merely smiling weakly as she took a few more snaps. He just had to get her through the conference. Then he could dump her and run. Or maybe not. The bar had become noisy. Builders gobbled through great plates of cholesterol. A crowd of loud hooray types in tight beige stripy jumpers and designer jeans had swarmed in. Crispin's heart sank to see one of them had a microphone. These were posho media types. An anorexic-looking woman was starting a live vox pop on the Frankie situation for the ITV breakfast show. His bladder was bursting from the Wetherspoons' infinite refills of tea. He dashed to the toilets and stood at a urinal. Suddenly he realised he had no trouser fly-zip. He had no trousers. He glanced behind him at the cubicles, but they were all occupied by clients releasing their bowels with groans, squirts, plops and farts. His flow had started, so he had to press on, lifting the red satin dress and praying he could finish before anyone discovered him.